future Shoko was alive because he died and gave her his heart. So it's already guaranteed that she's going to live and have a future with him dying.
So you're saying in Sakura's case, you're going to kill yourself?
Then I'll kill myself. I'll commit suicide. Like that's what I feel like. It's like predetermined. It already happened. So who am I to fight it and choose like, no, I choose myself over the life of this child.
You killed a child
if allowing
to live.
If allowing if allowing yourself to die in a predetermined death is suicide, then stopping yourself from dying is killing the child that would have been saved.
Sure, yeah. I'm killing that kid.
It's Otaku Time!
Hey. What's going on, friends? Welcome back to Otaku Time, the show where we talk about anime, manga, and all things otaku. I'm your host, Dom, and we have our two normies, Strolly.
Hi.
And Marley.
What's going on, brothers?
Today, we are talking about Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
It's a very long title, dude.
It's a light novel. They're all long for some reason.
Yeah, they're fucking like an entire paragraph. It's like, oh, that's a novel in itself. It tells a whole story. It's also so abstract, though. It's like the whole series, and it's like Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. That's what it was?
Yeah. Well, it's the title of the first, like, one of the books in the series. So, like, each of the different situations is a different book.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes sense.
Yes.
I really liked it.
I did too.
Sciencey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I was all about that. Bro, when she started going on about, like, Schrodinger's cat and quantum physics and theoretical physics, I was like, yeah, I'm going to love this so much. Yeah, it did a really good job.
Yeah, you lost me at the science. I actually liked everything else besides that.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, okay.
That's a Laplace demon.
These are words. These are words. This is science. All right, get me back to the story, please.
Yeah. Futaba was my favorite solely based off of the science.
I loved her just because of her character. She was just like,
she had a bomb ass.
She was cool as shit.
Yeah.
I love how she was like his support. Like he would go to her for guidance and be like, "You're smart, help."
Right.
It was. I did love that, like that part of their relationship. Like she supported the fuck out of him. Like, she just wanted to see him succeed.
Yeah.
But then also how she just kind of accepted everything. Like as wild as that shit is, and like how she was so science based. She was like, "Yeah, that's some crazy shit, but scientifically it could be this."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing about scientists is that they're typically more open to the more crazy situations because
like ghosts and God.
Yeah.
Shit.
Was that a stab to scientists not believing in ghosts or God?
Yeah, stupid scientists. I don't know, dude. I'm fucking. You think I had a path for that?
I thought you might have. I don't know. It's
my soapbox.
No, but I really did like how they went into explanations, like explaining like quantum theory and Schrodinger's cat and the time loops and stuff. It was very it tickled a fancy of mine, that's for sure.
Of the books, the quantum theory for fucking idiots.
Monkeys or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
He was like, I think monkeys.
Yeah, I'm smarter than a monkey. I thought the way that the episodes were structured were fun because I love like a monster of the week type of thing. Like I love this is a new adventure. This is a new storyline. This is a new adventure every week, and that's kind of like what the episodes felt like. Like occasionally they would have like almost like a two-parter thing, where like one issue from one episode carried on to the next episode. But it kept me interested throughout. All the characters were fun. You know, I love their fucking relationship of Mai and Sakura. I love how they just gave each other shit. Like their relationship felt real in the sense that like they weren't all lovey-dovey. They weren't all like super dramatic. They were just like assholes to each other a lot of the time.
Yeah, very sarcastic.
Very sarcastic. They would tease each other. They would talk shit to each other.
Well, like getting told that you love me every single day is getting boring now.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make my heart race anymore. Do something else.
Yeah.
I like your legs. I don't know.
Step on me.
Yeah, exactly. I love that too. That reminds me of I think it was Holding Me Up, right? Where she was like super kink. There's like seeing that it stands out to me in anime And you know, there's probably like a lot more examples of like that kind of real life relationship shit.
Yeah.
But seeing it is still like fun. It still feels new. It still feels genuine, and like seeing real relationship level shit, real actions and reactions. Like I could see that. Like I can see me doing some shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like how he wowould always tease her about like being lewd, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't care if you find me hot."
Yeah.
You know, and then he's like, "No, but you're hot as fuck."
Yeah, exactly.
She'd just be like, "Ooh."
Yeah. Or like when he would do something to her and she'd be all like, "Oh, that's too lewd for you," or whatever, or something like that. And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were a mature woman. Mature people don't care about that." And she's like, "You're right, I don't." Like,
yeah, exactly.
That reverse psychology was hilarious. I love those little scenes.
Yeah, it felt so genuine, and I love their relationship. It was interesting how quickly everybody accepted the happenings of the world.
Yeah.
Like I felt like for as far as the story goes, like they're like people could be like necessarily bewildered because the focus wasn't on that. But it was also like interesting. Like, do y'all realize how fucking insane this shit is that's happening? And it's just kind of like, oh, it's the rules of our world now. You know, like how was like the puberty syndrome not like a legitimate thing by that point? Like, was it self-contained to just that like that group, or like is it a worldwide phenomenon? Like apparently because it was just rumors. But then this happens to them every fucking week.
Yeah.
So like, what other like crazy shit? Like I just feel like the way the world was set up could have been so much bigger, but it was so like focused, and I'm not mad at it for it.
Yeah. It almost seems like it would have been overwhelming if it was like the whole world.
Exactly.
Right?
But I still have those feelings and those questions. You know, it's still like in the back of my head watching it. Like I love it for what it is, and I love the focus on who we have the focus on. But it's also like, why aren't more people involved? Is this a thing that's happening again to not just them? The story wasn't about everybody else, it was about them.
Right, yeah.
You know? So like I did enjoy that.
It could have been the whole entire world, or it could have also been their centralized group, but also like we'll never know because
the story was told.
Well, that, and also you don't know if everyone else is being told that they're crazy and just being treated as being crazy. Yeah. Instead of taken seriously.
I was really confused
Kaide's
about
world.
Kaide's story and how he reacted to that. Because I thought he would be happy that she got her fucking memories back, and he was like totally heartbroken.
Well, yeah, I mean, he lost somebody.
And I was confused. It's like, on paper, sure,
yeah,
but also like you didn't I guess it's because it's the relationship that he had with her, where he basically was raising a child.
Yeah.
And he felt like he was losing the representation of that child, because like at that, when she lost her memories, she stopped being his sister and pretty much became like his ward. Like that was like she had no memories. He had to look out for her. He was her world up to that point, and I guess like losing that was like very impactful. But at the same time, I feel like he should have been also more excited to get his fucking sister back.
I think he was, but the first thing is the fact that like he did lose like that daughter.
And and then I was confused because his grief was like, I couldn't do anything to help her. It's kind of like, bro, she's back. Like,
but his help would be for Kaide.
You son of a bitch! How dare you interrupt me? Anyway,
not for his sister.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But like he succeeded. Like she was able to like reach her goals like that. I was a little it just felt off like at first glance. You know, I didn't fully vibe with like what was happening at that time. Because it seemed like I was like, oh, bet she's back. That's awesome. She got a memory. Like she's back to being like his sister, and like not trying to fuck him, which was also strange.
Well,
yeah, that's
an explanation.
There. But like I was like, cool. I thought that's what it was, and then it's kind of like I had to step back and then give him that understanding of like, well, he was basically, that was her. It was like he was her father. That was his child. Like he was raising her, and they had such a close bond in that time. Like I get that, and also
she lost all of her memories of Kaide.
Yeah, so it was like basically a brand new.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I get that, but then she also had like a lifetime before that. She also had, like, was he not as heartbroken over losing that as he was to losing the 2 years that he had with her without her memories? You know,
I feel like
was he not
again? I'm getting interrupted again.
Excited to get that back versus what he lost. Like it just didn't seem even.
I feel like what he wanted was to have both.
Yeah. Yeah. And he felt like she totally, like, Kaede was gone and only Kaede was here. It just felt like it clashed a little bit for me. Like you get what I'm saying?
He wanted Kaede more than he wanted his sister.
Exactly, and I felt like the amount of grief that he displayed, because the man ran like a titan. Like the amount of grief that he displayed in that moment wasn't like equal to the amount of joy he should have felt by getting his sister back.
I don't think he was worried about getting his sister back. I don't think he ever wanted to get his sister back, especially towards the end.
Yeah.
Like towards the end, I think he was totally okay with having Kaede, especially seeing her grow and seeing her start to come out of her shell. So then to finally get to that point and where she's finally reaching all these goals and stuff like that, and for her to go away, like, I mean, that's just...
Yeah.
Like,
I get that,
exactly,
but then that also feels incredibly selfish. And I don't think he's not selfish. He's a good character. He's a good dude. But that's where it clashes for me. You know?
Well, that's where his emotions lie, right? His emotions are selfish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've always been selfish. Even in everything that he does, well, like everything that he feels is because of something, you know, it's selfish, obviously.
Right. I get it. It just felt like a clash for me. I didn't like, my instinct in that moment was like, your sister's back. Like, where's your grief? And then I had to step back and think, oh, that's where your grief is. Because you had a whole relationship. You had a whole, like, pretty much like father-daughter situation with her, with Kaede. So it's like, losing that, I kind of understand it. It still just kind of felt a little clashy for me. But like, I mean, outside of that, it was still, the series as a whole was good. I don't think there was anything else that really clashed, like, story-wise for me. Like, the series was great. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I've said that yet, but I really did enjoy the series as a whole.
Yeah, for sure.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Even though I don't really vibe with the science stuff. Like, that's like 100% where Wonder Egg lost me, when they try to get real sciencey and like theoretical and shit. Which I did. I was getting like Wonder Egg vibes kind of from the series as well. Just because it was, again, like that, like, monster of the week. This is a story that they're telling this week, and the next one is going to be like a different thing. Yeah. Or this episode. I say this week, but like this episode. And I was worried. I was like, I thought it was going to have some kind of really crazy twist at the end. Like, they're going to discover that is some like legitimate sciencey shit going on, and there's like a machine or something. Like, I thought it was going to the whole series, I'm waiting for like a horrible twist. Right. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to, like, I was like prepping myself. I was like, yo, this is good. I'm into it. When's it going to happen?
Yeah.
But it didn't, and I was happy. I enjoy the fact that things just kind of were. You know, they didn't... Like, the puberty syndrome didn't necessarily need a 100% explanation. It was just the thing that was.
Right, exactly.
And it would be caused by these individual issues. And they found the root of those individual issues, but the syndrome, like, still exists. Like, it's still ongoing. It's still affecting different people. And I'm like, I'm okay with that. I don't need a full explanation for what this issue is. Right. I just appreciate the fact that on a small scale, they're able to help people. I love the fact that he was like a fucking cool detective. Like, he was just fucking helping everybody.
Yeah.
But like, that was able to happen every episode. You know, then it would stay. It kept the focus. It kept the scale of it. Like, what was it? Who did he help? Fucking everybody. He helped, like, so Kaede lost her memories. Futaba cloned herself. Mai was invisible for like 3 episodes.
She switched with her sister.
Yeah, she switched with her sister.
Yep.
That was a
time loop.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Groundhog Day. That was a good one. I liked her character. I liked that the underclassman too. Kago?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, I liked her.
Yeah,
character. I felt bad for her. I did feel bad for her because I was like, oh, girl, I'm sorry. That was that again, bringing it to what we just watched, Horimiya. That felt like Kono. Where it's like, girl, you're just gonna get your heart broken. I'm sorry. This is just a trial of life right here.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much stuff she would have to remember every single time? Like, the first loop when she was like going to the beach with him, is like, all right, I have to remember everything that I said and everything that I did at what time.
And she fucking did it for like 4 days. I'm like, dude, I'd have been lost at the jump. Like, there's no way I'm lying through that shit.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because like she was crying and she was so sad and she was heartbroken, and he was like, he was being cool about it. He was like, yeah, hey, I don't love you.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
I'm sorry, but like you and that's kind of what got me when he was like, you did your best, which like loops into like the whole Shoko thing. But when he was like, you did your best, and she started breaking down, and I was like, oh man, that hurts.
Yeah.
That hits right in the heart. It's like, yeah, it doesn't matter how good you try to be or how much you love him. If he doesn't love you, then that's it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter how hard you try or how many days you go through this. Like he's like 100 days, 1,000 days, 10,000 days. He was like, it's not gonna change.
Right. Yeah.
Like, fuck. And then she accepted it. I was like, man, that one hit.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot of moments like that. It's like peppered throughout the series where it's like, yeah, that shit hits.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't cry on this one. I didn't cry on this one in the series or the movie.
Yeah. I didn't cry in the series. If anything, like at the end of the series, I was just kind of grateful because like it was just like a relieving feeling. It was just like nice to kind of see everybody kind of follow through, and then the movie got me the most.
The ending of the movie got me the most. This is
like,
where you guys are giving me fucking side eyes, but like I have a legitimate reason why.
Yeah. When Mai died, I was like, oh no, this is the worst fucking thing ever. And then Sakura, and then Sakura had to come back from the future to present.
Yeah,
but wasn't
the days
present,
of future, present, past.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That got me real bad. And then like when I found out that Shoko like, you know, needed a heart, and that the Shoko-chan and Shoko-san are the same people, whatever the fuck it is, the old and the young.
Yeah, I don't know. Old Shoko and young Shoko.
Yeah. And then like the wedding dress scene at the church, that
dude, I don't know if you saw, but I was texting. I was like, I'm calling this. There's like, I had so many fucking explanations for what was going on, dude.
Yeah.
And I wasn't far off. So like the whole, like you guys gave me side eyes about me not crying when Mai died, and it's like I felt more mad that Sakura didn't die. Like, cause I was like, cause I thought it was right for him to give his heart to the poor child, and when that didn't happen, I was more upset that it didn't happen than that Mai died in his place. I thought like I would have been okay if the story ended with a full on self-sacrifice on his end, so that Shoko could still have that future, and Mai would get over him. I mean, she's a fucking actress, whatever. But like, I'm happy with the way it ended. Because he remembered Shoko, and Shoko remembered him.
Yeah.
And knowing that Shoko was fucking alive at the end, that almost got me to cry. Like, I had to like pause and be like, all right, I'm at work.
Is anyone around?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that like I was more focused on Shoko living than being upset that Mai died.
Yeah.
I was more happy that Shoko would still be alive. Like, I was still relieved because I'm like, yo, she's still gonna get a heart. You know? Like,
yeah.
But I was mad because Sakura didn't die and Mai died in his place. At least in that point of the story. You know? I was hyped that Shoko was still gonna live because like she deserved to live. But then I was kind of upset at Sakura for having Mai die in the first place, you know?
What?
Well, it's not
his
fault.
I know it wasn't his fault, but it's like
damn.
But like that, like he didn't he
was doing everything he could to get hit by that van truck thing.
He literally did his part for old Shoko to be there.
Yeah, I know. That's where I was like, I probably missed something at that point. But
and then Mai was like, nah, fam, I got this.
Yeah, I know.
I
know, but like,
and that version of Shoko didn't want him to do that.
Right.
She didn't want him to die. That's why she told him the wrong thing.
Right.
In the first place, so he wouldn't be there where he would eventually die.
Yeah.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying he's responsible for Mai dying. I'm just mad that Mai died in place of him. But I was still
sad.
Yeah, and I was because I was also happy that Shoko was still gonna live. Like, sad would have been the third place on my emotions list at this point. Like, I'm happy.
Even when like Doctor was like watching the broadcast of like Mai doing the interview and talking about how happy she is with her current boyfriend and blah blah blah, and he's like starting to cry and stuff, and it's like,
Nothing.
I mean, I felt bad, but again, I was so like,
motherfucker, you cried at everything that we have seen almost. And this is where you're drawing the line.
I didn't cry at Laid Back Camp. It's close. They were just so happy.
Didn't cry at a place further than the universe because no one died, but someone
also
dies here.
I thought it was also because I thought it was hilarious when they had that glove scene, and I thought it was her mother's hand.
Oh my god!
Yeah, when she put like the was like the 1 million yen on the glove, like in the ice, and I was like, is that her fucking mother's hand? Like, is she just frozen under the ice?
Yeah.
So that like took me totally out of that part. And like, I know it was sad Because like right after that, she's like crying and bawling her eyes out in the room.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm still thinking like, yo, that would have been hilarious. Like it just pans down and it's her mother's face, like, ah.
I found you.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's because like I wanted Shoko to live so much that I wanted her to live more than I was upset that Mai died. Because I felt like at that point one of them had to die. I thought it was gonna be Sakura, and I was so okay with Sakura dying that like my dying was a twist, but I was still more like, what the fuck? Why not Sakura? But like, hey, Shoko's still alive, so I was just more distracted than focused on the fact that Mai died.
Yeah,
for those other reasons.
See, I was sad but content to know that Sakura was gonna die.
Yeah.
But Mai taking his place was sad.
I know, but like I also was
sad.
I also was kind of
because it shows how much she could, because not like 30 seconds before that she's saying, "Don't die. I want to be with you forever." And then she goes and is like, "Well, fuck that. I can't live without this kid, so I'm going to die."
But then I also like, and this is gonna sound maybe
fucked up.
Yeah, this might be sound a little shitty, but I didn't like the fact that I felt like they both loved each other enough to let a child die.
But
you like
wait, hold on, time out. So like you're telling me, no, hold on. Real life question here.
Yeah.
You're telling me that if you and your girlfriend that you're going to get married to, your fiance, we'll even say, right? If y'all are sitting there doing your fucking thing and one of y'all have to die for a child to save a life, for a child to live, you're going to be cool with dying
so
let that child live?
There's that whole future thing too as well. That's part of it. So future Shoko was alive because he died and gave her his heart. So it's already guaranteed that she's going to live and have a future with him dying.
Yeah.
Knowing that if he changes the present, she's gonna no longer exist in that future. She's gonna die as a child. Is almost as bad as taking the life yourself.
But
because you know that the consequence of your action will result in an effective death.
Yes, but a consequence of your action,
bruh. You serious right now?
Isn't like buying a piece of paper instead of buying roses. It's literally killing yourself. Go ahead, Dom, sorry.
But at the same time, this is also Shoko's wishes. She wants them to live happily ever after, and in place of herself, she's willing to sacrifice herself. This is what she wants. And so...
And that's why I'm sorry, I hate to cut you off, Dom. I want you to talk. But like that's where I was getting the feeling like the whole... She was sacrificing herself for those two, and that's why she wanted him to like. She had that wedding ceremony, and she got to take him on a date. And I'm like, I'm picking up all of these things that she's gonna kill herself or like let herself not be alive. But at that time, this is before Shoko was just an innocent child. Like at that time, I didn't know that she knew what was gonna happen, right? Because her memories reconciled by the end, and then she made the decision to like, I'm just never gonna fucking meet you by the end of the movie. So I'm of the mindset that like this poor fucking innocent child that doesn't know what the fuck is happening. You're the adult in that situation. Like you've already died, according to the future Shoko. Like you're dead. She has your heart. So like it's self and I'm not this again sounding negative. I'm calling him selfish. But like knowing that you changing this situation will result in the death of a child that has no knowledge of the situation is selfish. Because you already died.
So you're saying in Sakura's case, you're going to kill yourself?
No, I'm not going to kill myself because I died. I didn't put a gun to my own head.
No, but it is suicide if you know that you're going to die in that place. That's suicide. That's no longer an accidental death.
Then I'll kill myself. I'll commit suicide. Like that's what I feel like. It's like predetermined. It already happened. So who am I to fight it and choose like, no, I choose myself over the life of this child.
Yeah, no, I'm totally living on that one, guy. Like, I mean, yeah, only especially in the situation that the movie does take place in. Like, I'm gonna choose life over death, and especially because of the fact that Shoko just said, and what her true desires were to let them live forever. And to be happy together. That's what would make Shoko happy. Even old Shoko said, I don't even know if I would die if I didn't get your heart. It's just I am here because of your heart.
Oh, she was gonna die.
No, she doesn't.
She was on her fucking deathbed. She was gonna die.
No, she didn't.
No, without his heart, she was gonna die.
No, but that's what I'm saying. She doesn't though.
That's because of all the events and then timey-wimey stuff.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
never met her.
The fucking
Yeah,
basic
fair.
butterfly effect. Like, there was a small chance, and she took that chance. She could have still killed. And, like, again, like, at that point, like, that's a child.
Yeah.
I feel more for the child than I did for Sakura and Mai.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to feel real sad for her, yeah. But
especially because they're only in fucking high school. Like, and I get this is like the deep love story. This always fucking happens. They're always going to be together fucking forever. But, bro, y'all probably going to break up in like 2 years. That's also where a little bit of my cynicism comes in. Where it's kind of like, this is just a high school relationship. Y'all, of course, love each other and want to be with each other forever.
Yeah.
Well, time says it's probably not going to happen. And that's, again, where it's kind of like, so you killed a child for your high school relationship?
Well, I mean, you
Like,
killed a child.
If allowing
to live.
if allowing if allowing yourself to die in a predetermined death is suicide, then stopping yourself from dying is killing the child that would have been saved.
Sure, yeah. I'm killing that kid.
That's fine.
Like,
Clip it.
Clip it, save it.
Damn straight.
No, I would.
But mainly because of the fact that it's like don't get me wrong, like I don't want to have the child die, right? Like I'd want to do whatever I could to have Shoko live, but for me to die and lose my life for her who's had a terminal illness doesn't seem like a very good trade-off in my opinion. For her to live potentially, well, actually, if she gets a transplant.
You saw her in the future. She was grown.
Yeah.
Like it worked.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like she's gonna get the heart transplant and still die from a terminal illness.
No, but I mean, a child dying of a terminal illness because I don't want to give my life away for that child feels a little bit different than like, oh well, they just need a kidney and I only have one left, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like, don't get me wrong. Definitely want the child to live, but I'm not going to trade my life for hers.
This is where you clip in, I'm killing the kid. I want the child to live. I'm killing that kid.
Fine. because I'm gonna choose my own life over somebody else's. And don't get me wrong, like it's not gonna be like a snap decision. Like I'm not even gonna think about it. It's gonna be one of those things where it's like, no, I want to live.
Yeah,
like,
you're gonna, that's what he chose. I mean, that's you saw the turmoil that he was going through, and I mean, that's all fair.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't fault his character for wanting to live because, like you said, Shoko wanted him to live too.
Right.
I get that, but like objectively, it still feels wrong. I still would have been like, I feel like I would have been happy had he still died. Well, that's why I'm even more happy that by the end Shoko was also alive. Because then it's kind of like, oh, it's the best of both worlds. Yeah. Everybody's alive.
It's the happiest ending.
Yo, and that's I love that shit. So I ate that shit up. I'm so happy it ended like fucking right there.
Yeah.
Because that was like fucking perfect. The memory coming back. That was like the fucking the after credits ending of Angel Beats when they like walk past each other and they were just like, wait. Yeah. but they remembered each other. They completed the circle. You know, that's where it wasn't left dangling there like, oh, do they remember each other? Are they gonna interact? No, they were just like, oh shit, Shoko. Fucking Sakura, hey! Like that felt so fucking good. Yeah. That felt so fucking good. But back to that like that choice, that life or death, like
he chose death, by the way. He chose to kill himself.
I know.
He made the right decision.
I know.
Love.
And I would have been happy if he lived.
And she dead. And then she not dead.
Dumb thoughts. Like, do you I don't. Again, I'm not like knocking on it per se. But do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're knocking it.
I understand both sides, but I lean more towards like going through with her wishes, especially when her future self has gone through all the experiences that she has gone through and still wants to make that decision in the end. So
that's like almost like somebody in hospice care. Like if they want to pass on, then let them pass on. Like if it's because the flip side of like she probably lives with the guilt of him dying for her life as much as Mai and Sakura would have had to live with the guilt knowing that they killed a child for their love. Yeah. So like it's like equal terms of like everybody's gonna have to live with this decision one way or another.
Yeah.
But again, Shoko being the child, it wasn't necessarily her decision to take his heart. She didn't choose to have him die for her life at that point. You know? Whereas he would have actively chosen to live and have her die. She is unfortunately the victim in this situation, and she's the victim of whatever choice that he would choose. Whether that be to put himself in the situation to die, or to not and have her not have a heart, which she ended up doing because of mine.
Yeah.
But
well,
and then in the best situation where some random person off screen died and she got her that person's heart anyway.
I thought it was gonna be the person driving that car. I thought they were because the police were checking him. I'm like, yo, is this it? That's how they're about to do it? They're gonna have this fucking stranger die in a car accident, and they're gonna give her that heart? Like, all right, I'll take it.
Bet.
I just want Shoko to live. Like, I just really was super invested in Shoko living because she was just a sweet thing. She just wanted to live kind and happy. Like, you don't deserve this,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And the whole like her basically living her dying wishes up to that, like being able to go out on a date and the wedding. I was like, oh, man, you poor thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to live more now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I want you to die more now.
kill them
Just
kids.
kidding.
Tell us how you feel about how his sacrifice and how you like. If was it selfish of him to want to live and like put his love over the life of a child, or was it appropriate? Do you agree with him or not? Do you agree with what was gonna happen?
Do you agree with me or do you agree with Marley? Let's
Kill the child. Your call.
or kill your. That's it.
Yeah.
Kill? Don't kill.
Exactly.
It's just the sweaty guy. The buttons. And then all the memories go out, and then it goes back to before everything happened, and then everything turns out to happen the same way, except for the minor changes of my doing the movie about the heart transplant, and then assuming more people sign up to become donors, and then she gets some random person's heart.
Right.
Lives.
Gotcha.
I didn't put that together, by the way. I didn't put it together. It was probably her movie that. Yeah, that's actually really fucking. I love that.
Yeah.
I loved it. Honestly, I love the series. I love the movie. I love those. Thinking about this kind of situation, like just the fact that he can draw it to this kind of conversation is like that's just like such a good point of this movie.
Yeah. Discussing the morality of the actual events that happened.
Exactly, because like I love that shit. I love that way more than the science bullshit that I didn't understand.
I will jump over this table.
Yeah, this fucking nerd.
Fuck off.
It was really good though. Highly recommend it. It was good.
And I'm getting really pissed off about how good Cloverworks is doing because like, no, I'm just waiting for season 2 for me to just like it all be ruined again.
So for our next show,
Perfect.
we've been doing a lot of rom-coms, so I thought we would switch it up a bit. We're going to be into the more action-y type of show.
Sick.
And we are going to be revisiting the Fate series.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
So,
That was a weird one.
before we get to the Cloverworks part of it, so it's Fate Grand Order, which is a mobile game, and the part that Cloverworks did takes place in like further down in the story. So there's a movie that covers like the beginning, the start of the game. So like that's like the setup, but that wasn't done by Cloverworks. But it's kind of necessary to understand like what the hell's going on, or else if you start with the anime, then you'll be like, what's a singularity and
What's happening?
why are there so many servants here and what's going on? There's no masters. What?
What's string theory?
Yes. The movie is Fate Grand Order First Order. It is the first part of the game story. And then the anime series is Fate Grand Order Absolute Demonic Battlefront Babylonia. Or you can just say
Abbreviate that for me.
Fate Grand Order Babylonia or FGO Babylonia.
Okay, cool. I was hoping you would give me the first letter of every one of those.
The way it's set up is the game story is like there's this organization called Chaldea, and they create this machine that like keeps track of like the Earth to make sure everything in the timelines and stuff is going stable and whatnot. And then this Mage King Solomon guy goes off and starts creating these singularities that if they don't resolve them will destroy the Earth. So he makes 7 different singularities where there are 7 different holy grails that they have to go and collect in order to stop the singularity from happening and make everything back to normal. And so this is kind of the setup for the first movie. And Babylonia is the 7th singularity, so it's the last one before they go fight Solomon and whatnot. So there's a whole bunch of story in between that gets kind of skimmed over in like the prelude episode type thing. But yeah.
Okay, so are we playing the game?
No.
Okay. Okay. All right. It's just the movie and the anime.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I don't
Just
play,
wanted
I
to make
watch.
sure. We know. All right,
Okay.
well, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. I forgot how crazy the series could be.
Yeah.
And as long as there's no fucking air battles.
I mean, there's some of them fly, but they don't summon like airplanes.
Yeah, they don't fucking turn into jet fighters.
Yeah,
Okay.
It takes place in Babylonia, so like 2,000 years in the past.
Sick. I still wouldn't be surprised.
They'll find a way.
Yeah, exactly.
Just an F-15 pop out of nowhere. What the fuck?
Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'd like to get back into some action, man. It has been a little while.
All right, friends, that's all we got for today. Let us know what you thought of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai / of a Dreaming Girl. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. The things that we just talked about.
And of the episode itself.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to subscribe for more otaku goodness.
Yep, don't forget to share.
Yep, and don't forget to like everything.
All right, friends. Sayonara.
Bye.
Smoochies!